Welcome to the DMF. I am your host, Justin Yance. This is episode 6, and I am going to talk about complaining, reading, staying active, and we end with ASMR. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's talk about complaining. One of the things I see a lot of people doing is complaining. And they don't realize that by complaining, they're attracting more complaining to their life. This is the law of attraction we're talking about here. I talked about it last week, and now I want to bring it to specifically complaining. You see a lot of people dwelling on things not going their way. And they just keep dwelling and dwelling and dwelling on those things. And they don't realize that you need to see the good in the situation, the light in the darkness. Is the glass half empty or half full? You decide. It's your decision. As I said last week, if you could decide to be happy or sad, which would you choose? You would choose to be happy. I believe most of you would choose that. But complaining is one of those things that can start off small. Say you wake up the day, something's not going well. Oh, that person didn't like my video. Or I go downstairs and I'm like, oh no, I'm out of eggs. Then you start looking for more things to complain about. And it doesn't even have to be verbal. It's what's in your head. It's the questions that you're asking in your head. How do you stop those? And complaining just leads to more complaining. Misery attracts misery. It's sad. I see a lot of people doing it. They complain about this, and they see the worst in the situation instead of stopping and stepping back and going, this day's not that bad. I have a house. I have running water. Look at the blessings I have. Look at the gratitude that has been given to me that I need to show. Be grateful for the things you have as opposed to what you don't have. And complaining is the way to mitigate the law of attraction, the good that you're seeing. Because if you just go, oh, I'm not happy about that, and I'm not happy about that, and oh, I hate that film, and I hate that actor, and I hate this, and I hate that, and then sooner enough, you're just hating everything. Hate. When you catch yourself doing these things, stop and go, okay, I said those things, but now I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to go, yeah, those things are awful. But you know what's great? This. People, friends, this movie I saw. You can switch it. You can turn it around. That's what you need to do. Not dwell on being sad. Not dwell on what you don't have. Look for what you do have. People think that they'll be happy when they get this, or they'll be happier when they get that. If you're not happy now, you're not going to be happy then. Start being happy now, so that when you get those things that you want, you'll be happier. Happiness comes from inside. You can change it. There are apps that can give you a timer, or just take your phone and set it to 68 seconds or 30 seconds and let it count down and think about good things in your life and watch how you can change the trajectory of a bad mood into a good mood. It's amazing. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't do it. Because we all wake up some days and are like, another day, another day, another day. But what do we do with that? That may have been where it started. You can change that. It's better to start off good, but some days you're going to have those days. But you can switch it. You have the power to stop complaining. You have the power to stop seeing the glass half empty and start seeing what it is. Half full. Or maybe it is half empty. It's your perception. What is it? Whether you think you are or you don't think you are, you're right. That's the law of attraction in a nutshell. Whatever you perceive is what you're going to get. If you think the world is awful, all you'll see is things that reinforce that idea that the world is awful. But if you look for the good people, if you start looking for the good people, you'll start seeing qualities in people you don't necessarily like or want to hang around with. Most people are not all inherently evil. I don't know, maybe there is somebody out there. I haven't met that person. There's something we can learn from each other. So, I ask you, stop complaining. Start celebrating. Don't complain. Celebrate. That's what I have to say about complaining. What's the most important thing you can do for your brain? Anybody? I know what it is. Read. Reading is the most important thing you can do for your brain. Reading will help you in all aspects of life. Reading is how you can attain knowledge. Most people, most truly, I don't know if I want to say successful people, but in the term that we would use for today, they would be successful people. If you look at a Bill Gates, he reads a book a week. Elon Musk, although he may be kooky to some, at one point was reading 2 books a day. The search for knowledge. The search for knowledge is truly in reading. And a lot of people say, well, I don't have the attention span to read. I can't sit focused. I can start fidgeting. I start thinking about other things. Here's what you could do. Start with 1 minute a day and focus on that. A little bit of reading you need from a book. And then the next week, add another minute. And then add another minute. And you keep adding minutes each week. And you're building your attention span. You're building your attention span. Reading can do that. Reading is the most important thing to do. We should all be trying to read a book a week. Most people only read 3 books a year. That's sad. That's sad. Because reading is just like any other form of entertainment. There's television, there's video games, there's listening to music, reading. All these things should be entertained. But reading is the most important. Reading can bring up your vocabulary. Reading can make you a better speaker. Reading can give you knowledge about a subject you never knew before. New ideas. And then after you start reading, you're going to start dreaming. And you'll have dreams that will inspire you to new things. So I ask, read. Read, read, read. It doesn't have to be hard. Read things you like. You don't have to read things you don't like. I think that's part of the problem. A lot of people read things they don't like, so then they don't like reading. This is the problem we have at school. We force our children to read things they don't like and have no interest in. If we start with the interest level in reading, hopefully it will expand to other subjects, other areas. I try to read at least 30 minutes a day, maybe an hour. Usually when I get set in reading, I lose track of the time. It's just like a television show. It's just like a movie. You lose track of the time and the little device inside of you. I must get to the end of this chapter, then I'll stop. Great little note to think about. I'll get here and then I'll stop. That happens in reading. So just read. Read what you like. Expand to books that will challenge you. Challenge your mind. Sometimes I read books and I have to step back and go, what did I read? Not that I didn't understand it, but like, wow, that kind of blew my mind. I didn't realize that. That's what reading can do. So, please, read every day. We'll talk about being active. Being active. These are important things you can do. Well, what is being active? Is it moving around? It could be a lot of things. I think it starts somewhere else. In the mind. What do you want from being active? What do you want from exercise? What do you want from eating right? What do you want? What is the image in your head that you are trying to give yourself? This is what we need to strengthen. Is the want. The actual image of what we want. If we start with that, everything else will fall into place. Instead of searching for some unknown goal, start with the goal and work your way up to that. Have the image. Have the vision of who you want to become. Because that's what exercise can truly give you. That's what being fit can give you. It can give you the answer to what you can become. Stop looking at it as just exercise. Look at it as, what am I going to become? Who can I become from forcing myself to work hard? Now this goes in everything, but I think it works really well in fitness. Fitness is something that a lot of people just do, just go and do exercise, but they don't have a goal. The goal, the vision, is the most important thing. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he did Stay Hungry, the director came and he said, listen, I'm interested in you for this part, but I want you to be 210 pounds. And at the time, I think he was 245 pounds. So he thought that was kind of insane. He said, listen, I need you to be like 210. Otherwise, I'm going to go to somebody else. So Arnold envisioned seeing his body lean like an athlete, not like a bodybuilder. And like a week before he was going to be put on the scale, the director came in and said, let's see where you're at. and he was like 209. That's what vision can do for you. Have a goal. Don't just exercise. Don't just lift weights. Don't just run. Have a goal for why you want this. The why, the goal, will create the how. The want, the what, the how. That's how you're going to get where you want to go. Okay, this is the portion of the show where I switch to ASMR voice. So here we go. You are special. You are special. You are one of the lucky ones. You are one of the lucky ones. You are good enough. You are good enough. You can rise to the occasion. You can rise to the occasion. You know who you are. You know what your goals are. Your goals in your head are set in stone. You manifest them by being you. You succeed by being you. You heal yourself to the top. You heal yourself to the top. You make yourself better physically and mentally. You make yourself better physically and mentally. You read every day. Thank you for listening to this episode of the DMF. I am your host, Justin Yance. I will see you, or hear you, or you'll hear me next week. I'm Justin Yance, and this has been the DMF.